First week of MIAA play. The Gorillas defeated the Tigers last year, looking to make it 2 in a row. First quarter, game tied at 3. Fort Hays deep in PSU territory. Caleb Heavner floating one for a receiver, but Antoine Nunn Jr. picks it off and takes it the other way. Still tied at 3 in the second. Luke Nigaman in at QB, shaking a defender en route to his first touchdown of the year. Gorillas lead 10-3, but here come the Tigers. Back in the red zone, Heavner dumps it off to Josh Clark, who waltzes in for the score, tying the game at 10. Late in the half, Jackson Berry's throw is high, and Michael Poley hauls in the interception. That sets up David Arriaga for a field goal to give Fort Hays the lead at half. Fourth quarter, Tigers lead 16-10. First play of the drive, Berry loads up the deep ball and connects with Grayson Holbert, who takes it 78 yards for the house call. PSU leads 17-16. Ensuing drive for Fort Hays. Heavner, under pressure, fires it downfield, but Jalen Fuchsa makes the leaping pick. Gorillas looking to extend their lead. Nigaman back in, taking the direct snap. He again finds Pater. PSU now leads 24-16. Still a one-score game until the snap is low and James Smith recovers the fumble. And he's fired up on the throne. Gorillas looking to seal the deal. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Nigaman again up the middle and in for the hat trick. Pitt State dominates the fourth quarter, winning in comeback fashion, 31-16 the final over Fort Hays State.
I'm just super proud of the guys, the way they battled, and we did not play a very good game in the first half and for a vast majority of the third quarter. So just proud of them, the way they stayed the course, the way they kept fighting, and there at the end of the game when we needed some of our best guys to step up, they did it for us.
This is one of the most resilient teams I've ever seen. I'm glad to be part of this. They just drive that mentality into us that we have to be resilient no matter what comes our way. Like, we can face any adversity, but it doesn't matter as long as we have passion for that finish. We can come back and beat any team. It doesn't matter what happens.
Missouri Southern can start the season 3-0 for the first time since 2013, taking on the Bearcats today. We head to the second quarter, still scoreless. Bearcats driving, but Zachariah Owens' pass is picked off by Kendall Hudson in the end zone. But the Lions can't capitalize. Northwest Missouri has possession in the final minutes of the half. Chris Runk now in at QB. His pass looks to be incomplete, but hold on a second. Andrew Waltke has the ball and he takes it into the red zone. The refs say the ball never hit the ground. I don't know about that one, but head coach Atiba Bradley challenges and fails that challenge. A few plays later, Northwest Missouri has it at the 1. Tayshawn Porter takes it in for the touchdown. Coach Bradley is not too happy about that sequence. Same score in the third. Lions at the 1-yard line, and Nathan Glades cruises into the end zone to tie this one up at 7. But the Bearcats quickly respond, and in the final minutes of the game, they lead by 7 with the ball. Runk drops back and finds Dominic Myers, who takes it all the way for the touchdown. It's now 21-7 Bearcats. But the Lions won't quit. Tillman Martin struggling today, but here he connects with Draper Parker, who torches the Northwest Missouri defense and races into the end zone ahead of the 2-minute timeout. But the Bearcats get a first down and can kneel this one out for the 21-14 win. In the major leagues, the Royals and Cardinals look for wins heading into the final week of the regular season. And the Royals come away with the 2-1 victory against the AL leading Blue Jays. Meanwhile, the Cardinals lose 3-2 in extras to the major league leading Brewers. Both of these teams on the outside looking in of the playoffs with just 7 games remaining.
I want to go back to football real quick. Let's go back to that Missouri Southern game. You know, this is their first loss of the season. And you were obviously there, so correct me if I'm wrong. They have that one play. Northwestern is who they were going against, or correct me. So they go in against Northwest, and that one play where Atiba has to challenge it, Northwest gets the touchdown there. Aside from that one play, Northwest doesn't get that touchdown. It seems like Missouri Southern really could have locked that game down.
Yeah, if you take that out, I mean, score-wise, it would be a tie game in the final minutes. A lot of people on the field seem to think that wasn't a catch, but they didn't have enough to overturn it. And so that's how the cookie crumbles sometimes. But it was It was a back-breaking play for the Lions, but I'll give them credit. In the third, they did tie it up. They did respond.
Yeah, absolutely. So then let's go back to kind of opposite there for Pitt State. They're now 2 games. They've won back-to-back games. Now, what do they need to do to kind of continue that momentum and be successful further?
Well, for the most part, the toughest part of the season is already behind the Gorillas. They had an incredibly tough stretch. 2 ranked teams on the road to start the year. They end up dropping both. The second one was a very close matchup.
Right.
And Fort Hays State is also one of the better teams they'll play all year. Now they just got to do what they've been doing all year. Settle in, run the ball.
Yeah.
They're one of the best teams in the MIAA. I think that looking back at the end of the year, we'll see those 2 losses and we won't think too much of them.
Yeah, we've got a little bit more time left, so let me go back to Missouri Southern. It's 1 loss. What do they have to kind of do to all right, we just got to bounce back? Because these guys, they look like over the past couple of years, we're not used to seeing Missouri Southern like this. What do they have to do to keep up that new image that they're trying to build?
Yeah, and I'm sure it was really tough for the Lions because they were in that game. But let me remind you guys, last year, the Bearcats beat them 59-0. This is a completely different team.
Yeah.
And if Tillman Martin continues to settle in, they will be a contender for the MIAA.
And let's not forget, Tillman Martin's a freshman, and he's doing what he's doing.
Yeah.
So pretty impressive. We'll be right back.